I mean, it's so exciting to see the rise in transition towns from 1.5 years ago, from transition town Totnes to I think there's now 140 communities, and not just towns, cities, islands, villages, all looking to adopt this process of transitioning to a way of doing things that can be more resilient in the future. The big thing is building the local economy. Let's end with maybe just a reflection on the importance of local economies at a time where the global economy gets very shaky, the contraction of energy as oil peak approaches, the availability of energy is what keeps that global economy going, that cheap and abundant fossil fuels. So how do local economies help us to weather the storm that's fast approaching?
Well, you have to ask, where do you get your shoes? Do they come from Italy? Probably not anymore. They might come from China now. Yeah. So you know, where do you get a lot of the things that you take for granted? They come from long distances. And do you still have the skills in your community? Do you have a cobbler who can repair shoes? Do you have someone who can make shoes? And if you don't, then consider what it's going to cost you to bring shoes all the way from China in the future. And what if you can't even get them from China? What are you going to do then? Are you going to make them yourself? So to begin to look around and say, maybe it's worth paying someone who's an artisanal manufacturer, someone who is a specialty boutique in making shoes locally, is actually worth paying a little bit more to sustain that and have that skill in your community. And in fact, that same logic applies to a great many professions. Do you have a blacksmith? Do you have someone who can work with iron? Do you have someone who can repair bicycles? Do you have a bicycle shop? One of the great little pieces I saw was in Los Angeles. There's something called the Bicycle Kitchen. And it's a sort of subscription outfit. You can be a member of the Bicycle Kitchen, but you don't have to be a member to use it. And it's a shop which has a full set of tools. And if you have a bicycle, you can take it in there and use their tools to repair your bicycle. They have on the wall all these different parts that have been given or donated or just left or picked out of a tip somewhere. And you can take parts from that supply as needed. If you don't have a part there or you want a better part, you can buy a part from them. If you need mechanical expertise, someone who's a really good bike mechanic, they have someone on staff who'll come and help you a bit. If you need to actually have full service, that you can pay a little bit and get some full service. So the Bicycle Kitchen actually is a very valuable thing because it allows everyone, no matter their income, no matter their skill level, to be able to be on a bicycle and to get their bicycle repaired and keep it in good repair. So having something like that in your community, and you can then turn around and apply that to a whole range of things, is very, very important. And that's the process of getting your community resilient. Okay, well, one thing that's going to likely happen in the future as we run through this period of scarce resources and shortfalls, okay, if we have a difficulty with supply on petrol, that could mean that there's a shortage of certain things that have to come by air, or it may mean that some things you can get quite easily and some things you can't get at all. And so as you start to see these things, if you get ahead of that with a little bit of preparation, building your infrastructure so that you have local supply of various different things, the things you most need, you'll be fine through the transitions.